Christ endured. After being accused of crimes that he didn't commit by those who claimed to be men of God, after being betrayed by his friends and his followers, after hearing an angry mob yell, "Crucify him," after being beaten with whips with bone and metal attached to it that tore the very flesh from his body, after being mocked and spit on, after having a crown of thorns smashed on his head, piercing the skin upon his brow, after being forced to carry a heavy wooden beam up a hill that he was going to be the place of his death, after nailing him to that same beam with spikes through his wrist, Jesus was raised up on that beam, and that beam was attached to a wooden pole in the ground, and then they nailed his feet to the cross and wrapped him and gave him a piece of his clothes. And after all of that, the first thing that Jesus Christ did was pray. And he didn't pray for himself. He didn't ask to be delivered from his torture. He didn't pray that harm come to those who had caused him harm. He prayed for their forgiveness. Father, forgive them. Father, forgive us. Father, forgive them. For they know not what they do. That's the first word, because everything that God has for us, in order for us to receive it, in order for us to operate in our spiritual gifts, in order for us to receive the salvation that Christ suffered, died, and was resurrected for, we must first know that we have been forgiven. We must first know that we are forgiven for our sins, and just as we are forgiven, we must offer forgiveness to others for what they have done to us. And part of forgiving others is forgiving yourself. The other day, my daughter was rushing out to the door for school. She had a bag in one hand. She had her jacket and her lunch in another hand. And then she had her purse up here in her arms, trying to figure out what hand to put that in. And while all of this was going on, she was standing at the front door trying to figure out how she was going to open the door. So see, the problem